Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one we have a bunch of update news to go over, including Overtime 2. That is right, the same type of thing that happened last season where we got overtime challenges and overtime rewards is happening this season, so we're going to be covering the rewards and some info about that, just sort of like an overview. And we're also going to be talking about stuff with like the new endgame LTM and like a new Marvel set that's going to be coming out, a bunch of fun stuff, and we're going to be covering all of that update news in today's video. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed today's video or find it helpful and want to help support me, be sure to use my supported creator code TheLlamaSir. I appreciate it a ton. And also hit that subscribe button down below because I love keeping you guys in the know with like update news and stuff like that. So if you don't want to miss those, hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button down below if you've been having a lot of fun with the new LTM. I know I have. It's been a blast. So be sure to let me know if you guys are enjoying it as well. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. First of all, with a little bit of the Avengers info, and then we'll have like the overtime info coming up in just a sec. Like the rewards for that are actually super cool. Like there's this variant for I think Master Key, I think it's called, and it looks amazing. So we'll cover that, but don't worry. First of all, I wanted to bring up something about the Avengers Endgame LTM, and that is specifically what each of the Infinity Stones does. Because if you didn't know, when you're playing on Thanos' team, whenever you pick up one of the 6 Infinity Stones, it actually gives you a bit of a power-up. Now some of those power-ups apply to like everybody on Thanos' team, and some are just for Thanos himself, but they all have special unique abilities that they give to you, and that's something that I sort of knew, but I didn't really know which of them, you know, did what. So let's go over all 6 of those and the specific abilities that they do give you so that you guys have a little bit more info about this LTM. But starting it out here, let's go with the purple stone. Now I'm not, you know, an expert of Avengers, so I don't remember the exact names of each stone, but you know, just going by the colors is pretty easy. So the purple one actually gives you a increase to damage to Thanos' laser beam, and that is by 6%, making it like a lot more effective. 6% is a very big margin, making it even more effective. Like the laser's pretty effective on its own already, but when you add 6% to it, definitely makes it a lot better. So if you do have that stone, keep that in mind, because, you know, if you are playing as Thanos, it can help quite a bit. And that's also why you may have noticed that, you know, sometimes the damage is different. That's because of the purple stone. Now after that, then you have the blue stone, and that affects your other ability, the ground pound. It basically triples that damage that you can do. This is super effective as well because it really helps to, you know, deal damage to the opposing team, the Avengers, or whatever you want to call them. And it's another thing to keep in mind because, like, again, this can do a lot of damage if you have this stone. Now after that, then probably the most useful is the orange type stone, and this one is basically you get like the siphon type effect, where I'm pretty sure you get health back on eliminations. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it is something to keep in mind because one of the toughest things when playing as Thanos is you're like a huge target and you do lose health fairly fast, so having a way to get back health and shield and stuff like that is definitely helpful. So like if you can get this stone first or like early on, it can help out a bunch and help your team to win. Now that also may affect the Chitauri, or however you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure if it does. Haven't played this mode like a ton, but that's also something to keep in mind because if that is true, then it definitely helps out like a lot. And then speaking of which, one of the other ones that is super useful is the red stone, which basically health and shield are doubled. I'm pretty sure this one does affect the Chitauri. I'm not sure if it affects Thanos, but that is another important stone to hopefully get early on because, well, double the health and shield definitely helps you do better against the Avengers because they have a lot of good items that can deal damage to you pretty easily. And then for the green stone, this is one for Thanos. It basically increases the punch attack damage by 3 times, so it's another just buff to his abilities. It's probably not the most useful, but hey, if you're in close quarters, it can help out quite a bit. And then for the final one, the yellow one, this one also isn't too useful, but basically it doubles the jump height, I think, of Thanos. I can't remember if it affects the Chitauri, but pretty sure if Thanos can like get his jump height doubled, which again, like, isn't the most useful. So if this one is last, it's probably the best to save towards the end, but sometimes you don't have a choice. So yeah guys, there you go. Those are the 6 abilities of the Infinity Stones in this game mode, so hopefully that helps out. Then after that guys, let's jump into it with the overview of the new overtime, you know, challenge rewards. We don't have a ton of info on it right now, so this is just a basic overview, but we do know about some of the rewards, and it might just actually be all of the rewards, which are variants of the skins, and they're actually in game right now. You can see them, but they're simply locked. So we're going to be going through all of those. There's 3, and I think 1 technically has 2 different variants, but they look super cool. So we're going to be jumping into those in just a sec. But first of all, for just the overview of like overtime itself, in case you weren't around for last season, or if you just want to refresh your memory, basically what the overtime challenges are is extra challenges for, I think, Battle Pass owners. And basically they allow you to unlock stuff like, for example, new styles for some of the skins in the Battle Pass. Now, with that being said, they are challenges, but they're not quite out right now, so I can't fully give you guys like a guide. But honestly, I don't even know if you'll need a guide, because last time for the overtime challenges, they were pretty easy, and I'm expecting them to be similar to, you know, last season, since they're basically the same name. And like, for example, last season for the overtime challenges, you had ones like deal damage to opponents with different weapons. You also had like place in different, you know, types of game modes with a friend, as well as that one where you had to find, I think it was coins or something in some of the featured creative maps. So I'm expecting these challenges to be similar to that, and if they are similar, you know, they're pretty straightforward. So I don't know if I'll put up a full guide for them, but we'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it with the skins that you'll be able to unlock with these, because they are actually really cool. I've said that a bunch, but let's go ahead and jump into it with the first one I want to show off here, and that is the style for Sidewinder. These are actually in order. We have 3 of them to go over, and Sidewinder is the first that you'll be able to unlock, because you can actually see right here, here's the new style. It's called Dark, and it's going to be unlocked once you complete 2 overtime challenges, apparently. So yeah, this is the first one you're going to be able to get, and it's, you know, pretty cool. You can see just how different they are, like, especially with the hair. It has like this glowing effect to it, which is pretty cool. It looks a lot better than the regular version to me personally, especially with that glowing effect. Also, just the colors of it are really cool. Like, there's darker blue, and also the eyes, I think, glow a bit too. It's just, overall, I think it's an improvement, and it looks, you know, pretty awesome. And then that goes hand in hand with like the next skin here, which is, I think, Ember, it's called. Yeah, Ember. This version is called Night, and it's very similar to Sidewinder's version, but as you can see, it's like a blue sort of, you know, take on the skin. And again, personally, I think it looks quite a bit better than the regular version, just because, you know, I'm a fan of blue, and also the blue fire and like the blue fire eyes look really cool. Also, the hair is like silver instead of just a white. I mean, again, I think these like are pretty big improvements upon the regular skins, and for this one, you'll be able to unlock it after completing 4 of the overtime challenges for season 8. So yeah, I'm liking these quite a bit, and then that leads us into the third and final one, which sort of has 2 slightly different variants. It's basically the same variant, but one without the mask, and this is for Master Key, and he has the white variant, which, as you can see, is very cool as well. It's sort of like a white and green, and then the mask is like a silver. But yeah, I mean, it does look pretty sick. And then for like the default version without the mask, as you can see, it's, you know, white hair and like a black headband. Or I guess the regular version has a black headband too. But yeah, there you go, guys. And that is also unlocked after completing 6 overtime challenges. So yeah, guys, the overtime challenges, we're not 100% sure when they're going to come out. I would expect sometimes before next week, because that doesn't leave us too much time to actually complete them. So hopefully sooner than later, but again, they're probably going to be pretty easy, so we'll have to wait and see. Now then, after that, guys, let's move into some other update news we have, such as this first one here, which has to do with a second Marvel set coming very soon. And in case this Marvel set is already in the game, just feel free to skip ahead to the next piece of update news coming up right after this one. But in case you haven't heard about it yet, there is a second Marvel set. Apparently there's going to be 2, and we already have the first one, which is obviously Black Widow. And by the way, guys, thanks again to all of you who have been supporting me with my creator code TheLlamaSir. I appreciate it so much. It means a lot to have people supporting me. But yeah, the Black Widow set is pretty cool. I'm personally a fan of the harvesting tool. Been using that a lot with links, which I think is a pretty cool combo. But yeah, if you take a look at the news page for this, you will see that it says head to the item shop to purchase the Marvel's Black Widow outfit and Avengers set, the first of 2 Marvel sets coming to Fortnite, which basically, you know, is confirmation that we're going to be getting another set soon. Could be coming tonight, maybe it'll come tomorrow. Not 100% sure, but, you know, yeah, that's pretty much confirmation that we will be getting another set. And like, what could it be? I'm not 100% sure. If you guys have guesses of what it could be, leave your comments down below, because I'm excited to see what it is. It's cool to see crossover type items like this, especially with Marvel and Avengers and stuff like that. Keeping it going here though with the next thing I want to talk about. This is just a real quick update on the runes, because as you may have known, the 3rd rune showed up and is already locked in. It actually happened very fast, but if you go to like the main area in Loot Lake, you will see that 3 runes are now activated and locked in. So that leaves only 2 runes left, and we have a little bit under 2 weeks left in the season, so we're waiting on 2 more runes to show up and complete this, you know, whatever's going to be happening with this thing. I'm expecting some crazy stuff, but actually, with that being said, I'm sort of expecting the time frame to be like, we'll have the next 2 runes locked in place within a week, simply judging by like how long it's taken the previous runes to get into place. But yeah, in case you missed it, the 3rd rune was basically activated. I think it showed up at like the DJ area area over towards a little bit near Polar Peak. But this area right here, you can actually see that now there's like a giant hole in the side, I think from the rune flying out and, you know, connecting with the main area in Loot Lake. But I think like a bunch of people had to go here and do emotes to like charge up a meter and then charge up the rune, and it flew away. So yeah, guys, there's a quick update on that. And then for the final thing I want to talk about in this video, this is some Season 9 improvements that are apparently coming. And these are according to Zach B. Audio over on Reddit, who is the Epic Games director of audio production. So yeah, but just jumping into it with like some of the changes he talks about, he says they're working on for the upcoming season better tactical audio when inside player built structures, such as enemy pickaxe impact within 1 building tile radius louder, wall break by enemy close behind player much clearer / louder, hear the approach of enemy players outside player build structures. So basically, you know, making it easier to hear when players are close to you or like trying to break into your 1x1, because that has been a little bit of a problem. I've noticed that a little bit as well, especially like late game when you're playing competitive and there's a ton of builds around you. It can be a little bit hard to notice stuff like that. Also, they're working on better audio tells for jump / landing, jump tell audio added so bunny hopping isn't as noiseless, clearer landing sound detection, stuff like that, and then various other changes as you can see right here, but nothing too crazy right there. And then for the final thing they talk about, they say they're investigating ways to improve vertical and spatial audio in Fortnite. So that's always a good thing to see, and again, that'll hopefully be coming sometime around Season 9, so I'm excited to see how exactly that plays a role, because like with Season 8, we got a bunch of, you know, audio changes and stuff like that, so hopefully they make some good improvements there. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more update news type videos coming out in the near future. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left, my week 9 challenges guide, and then on the right, another fun video and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.